Actually, I should say good evening, everyone. We started this in the afternoon.
Count Chocula.
Honestly. Welcome to the Gameplay Brew Podcast. Doc Holiday here, and I'm joined today, as always, with my esteemed colleagues and gamers, Demon King 12.
Indeed, indeed.
And Couch Potatoes 38.
I am him and he is I.
Man.
I think they're going to become more and more special. I have a sixth sense that they're going to get better by the week. But yes, welcome. Welcome back. Sorry for the delay in the three videos. It's been really hectic lately. Life, COVID. Trying to get all the information to what to talk to you guys about. So we're finally back today. And Couch Potatoes 38. Let me call him Couch.
Yeah, that's my word.
That's long. Real long. Couch.
Too many people in the dictionary.
It's hard to find you.
There's only one Couch Potatoes 38.
Not according to YouTube.
Oh, here we go.
No. According to YouTube, there's only one of me. They just keep putting me down as Couch Potatoes without the 38. Why?
MODOK doesn't want us to.
Oh man, with that said, what are we talking about today, Kyle?
Give us the rundown.
The rundown for today is a review on the Avengers. I reviewed it. I loved it. Demon King is playing it.
Almost done with it.
Yet. And Doc is playing it for the first time. He's getting in the tutorials right now. They got him in.
Oh,
and
kind of just died.
In the process of us talking about that, and we'll be talking about our anticipations of the PlayStation 5 games releases. We also will be talking about some of the headline games that are coming out.
Was that a swear?
That would be not Arkham Knight, Gotham Knights.
Yeah, we keep messing that up for some reason.
We love the Arkham series. But it's not part of the series.
I thought it was a continuation.
Oh, Suicide Squad is the actual Arkham City continuation.
Interesting.
Yes. So then we'll be talking about our conversations about that. I thought I'd talk about that. Ghost of Tsushima announced that they will be doing multiplayer gameplay. We'll be talking
Hell yeah.
our thoughts on that. And probably brush back because we were in COVID. We'll be talking about some of the dope games that we played that were dropped on the PlayStation 4. What did drop on the PlayStation 4 that we didn't hear no news about on the PlayStation 5 that we curious and wonder if they're going to do another series on.
Somehow Tarleton still trails me.
And while we're doing that, I'll play Crew 2 because they did some updates tonight of racing and how my car looks.
What has happened to his face?
With that being said, Demon, how do you feel about the Avengers?
Avengers A1 on point. Graphics fantastic. Gameplay fantastic. Storyline fantastic. Well, I can't really complain about anything. Like, I like the fighting mechanics of each character being different, and each person basically plays a role to like the different missions and stuff like that. Like, yeah, everybody has to do the same mission, but you can use certain heroes as like support and stuff like that, where like Iron Man and maybe even Thor doing long range attacks just to cover fire, while everybody else is doing the close range combat if you want to do it that way and stuff like that. Then the storyline, it kind of throws you for a loop at different points. It's great. I don't really see why people kind of bash this game so much. It doesn't make sense.
Speaking of Doc, because you brought it up. You said that a lot of people were getting on YouTube and stating that they were throwing dirt at Avengers. What were things that were said that you saw? I didn't see it. And,
You know, the funny thing about the videos, before I even get into them, I noticed that a lot of YouTubers, they get a joy and thrill out of making negative videos. And I get it, when you title your video, what's wrong with Avengers, or you title your video, I can't believe Avengers did this, or I can't believe, and then, you know, you're drawing in an audience to view videos with your, you know, your negative opinion. And fine, you have your opinion, everybody has their opinions. But then when you listen to the opinions, they're all the same. And the one thing that I kept hearing over and over and over again was these people with the reviews complaining about microtransactions. Now, you know, there's pay to win and then there's pay to play. You know, I would say pay to play is cool because you're playing, like Demon said earlier, you're paying to play because you're playing against NPCs and you're playing single player and it's by yourself, and you know, it is what it is. You know, pay to wins are PvPs and this game isn't a PvP. So when you make a video about all the monetization, it's going to destroy this game, you know, I've always said monetization and microtransactions are your preference. They don't tell you you have to pay. You cannot pass this board if you don't pay $3. The game never says that. It never says that. I don't know a game that ever said that. And YouTubers feed off of it. Now, with that being said, I'm sorry, Calvin. I just wanted to finish this part. With that being said, you know, there were a couple of things that they were, you know, talking about the graphics here. There may be a glitch here. You know, there may be what's that? Tearing, trying to call it warping. Maybe some warping tearing there. Well,
very minor.
I decided to play it for myself today because sometimes, you know, I was gonna play it regardless of when it's PS5. We'll get to PS5 later, and I'm not getting it on launch, so I'm not going to play it now. And then I could see for myself. But yeah, that was a lot of the things. You know, a lot of people will nitpick, but most of the things I kept hearing about was these damn microtransactions, and it just drove me crazy. So I was like, let me see, you know, if it's as good as it is. You know, I mean, sorry, if it's as bad as what they say it is. And, you know, I asked the fellas before I purchased it, you know, and then I was like, you know what, let me just play it myself. So that's what I'm doing now. So you hear me, you know, 5-letter word, something. All excited if I threw a truck through a building. I'm like, yeah, and then but that's what I kept doing.
And see, I'm one of those people. I dislike the microtransactions. I don't like play to win. When it comes to online multiplayer, I haven't seen an option where it says you have to play to win in a solo game or a multiplayer game online where you're working with your teammates. You're not playing against players, you're playing against AI. So if you're playing against AI has no feelings. AI don't care if you're going to buy loot to make your character stronger. And if I'm playing with you and Demon and you just so happen to put $20 into your character to make him better, okay, kudos to you. If you do it in cosmetics or to make your skills better, kudos to you. Because what you're going to do is you're going to make it easier for me to do whatever mission we're about to do, because there get some times in that game where you're just sitting there and you're just like, everything is so hard. Like I'm fighting one of the bosses, and I'm just like, oh my god, is he even possible to beat? I'm so weak or whatever like that. But eventually you level up, and like you said, the game does not say buy my loot boxes and all that stuff. If you can't fight the urge to grind on your own and do it on your own, then you got no one else to blame but yourself. That's like fast food. Nobody tells you to buy fast food. If you want to buy fast food, then that's you. And if you buy it every day, whatever happens to your body, that's on you. You better work out or something.
That's what I like to tell folks about us. Like this podcast here, like it's really opinion based, but it's gonna be real because, like, you know, we ain't getting paid for this.
I wish. but even if, and we had this discussion on air, you asked me, and probably before we started back up, you asked me if a company offers us money to be their yes man, would you? And I said no.
Hell no.
Why? Because that's not what we created this podcast. We want to praise those that work hard and we see it, and then talk about the money grabbers that just make games just to take down money and basically half-ass a game.
Yeah, speaking of Mr. Andrew Wilson, you don't drop the price of Anthem right now.
Yeah, overpriced of man.
You doing a 2.0.
Alright, I'll talk about him later. Go ahead.
Before we move on, because they think they slick by doing a little special on the regular edition, dropping it down to 19 when their ultimate edition is still 7 years of change. We on to y'all.
But that's what you gonna see. That's good sound counts. That's what you gonna get here on this podcast. Let me get it uncut and real.
As soon as we hear about it, we gonna let you guys know about it, whether it's good or bad.
It'll be 8 months later, but we're gonna let you know about it.
We're working on trying to be more consistent. But
the equipment just got delivered to my house. It just got delivered for Demon.
Indeed.
Yes. So we will
to make everything more, I guess, convenient.
Yeah. Oh shoot. So where did we want to start? Well, yeah, I know we started with Avengers, but you got Demon's Take, and I gotta be in the NA category right now. So I'm pretty lean.
Okay,
Well, you can still say you like some stuff.
Of course, I'm man. Come on, like, you know, I'm about to punch that dude in his face.
Alright. I loved it, and the reason why I love it is because, you know, and it's the perfect way to end. And I don't want to say end, but like to wrap up this system generation, and you know, everything after this got to be a little bit better and more, you know. You can't say, oh, I can't, like you said before, I don't want to hear, oh yeah, I can't do this, I can't do that. On a PlayStation 4, yeah, I produced this, so I don't want to hear, oh, we didn't have enough resources, the system won't allow us to do this. I pushed the boundaries on that PlayStation 4 with Ghost of Tsushima and Avengers.
Whether it was graphic-wise or just like everything else, like storylines, mechanics of different fighting styles and stuff like that. Just imagination. You could tell the imagination in these games were just like really there, and it wasn't like too rushed or just like a repetition of something else that's already made. Just a different paint job, basically.
Yeah, and another thing that I like about it is because like I can see the growth in gaming when I play, like especially Ghost of Tsushima and New Adventures. Like got introduced
Stumble on me.
this new way of playing games. Like we all played Marvel Ultimate Alliance and stuff,
Man.
like games like that.
We're not even getting into that.
On my way.
So let me finish my point.
Yeah, go ahead.
Disrespectful. But no. Alright, what I was getting at is because I don't want to say it's a new type of game style, but never have I seen or heard a multiplayer game like a story-based game that you're playing online where the characters are different. Like you usually get like characters similar, like what's a perfect example? Like
What do you mean similar, like in like when you get to pick classes and stuff?
Like, alright, what game is online multiplayer where you're not versing other players, you're on teams? Like, alright, perfect example. You know how we love Gears of War,
Yes.
right? You play the story together, but we're playing the story couch-wise, split screen. And not only is it split screen, but the characters that player 1 and player 2 have the same skills. This is like a new thing now, where one, we're not couch split screening, we're online playing at the same time. There's no lag, because you usually see people just like glitching in and out and stuff like that. You don't see that. It's running perfectly, and then you got people given the option to select what type of person they want to be. Do I want to be Hulk and be melee and throwing rocks and smashing, or do I want to be, like you said, the flyer
Support.
ranger, or do I want to be on the ground melee ranger with Black Widow? Like, you got so many options, or not so many options, but you got different play styles that you can do, and play with your friends, your families with. Everybody want to be a superhero. You know how everybody sit down and you watch TV and be like, oh, I'm Captain America, and you're like, oh, I'm Spider-Man. Now you can actually sit there and do that. I feel like that's dope, and that's gonna be the new thing. And it's crazy because like that topic leads straight into Gotham Knights. So I feel like they, I don't want to say piggyback, but like it influenced that. Now with Gotham Knights, you're gonna have Robin, Nightwing,
My boo Batgirl.
exactly. But they all have different styles. They're not all the same styles. I watched the fighting styles, the fighting weapons that each of them carry. They're not the same. So now it's just like, okay, who you want to be, and alright, you're gonna be this person, I'm gonna be this person. It's almost like the conversation that we had about Division, where it was just like we all can't be the same person, and we can't mix it up. If you're gonna be support, you're gonna be a support dude. Then you got the assault dude, he's gonna have all the red gear. If your skills, you're either gonna be the healer or you're gonna be the dude that's throwing all types of gadgets to work effectively for his team. So that's what I like about the Avengers, and what I hope brings in a new wave of the game.
Tell you one thing about this game, Black Widow, my R2's already messed up. But I'm being a hero, just like you said, I'm being a hero.
Over here! Get on board!
Come on, head up.
Speaking of another game,
Come on, I need you.
multiplayer, What do you feel about Ghost going multiplayer?
Haha, now we're talking. Ghost of Tsushima, ready, amazing game, solo. Now multiplayer, what was it, 4 people party? 4 people party of samurai just going around, just beating up everybody that they could find basically, if they don't want to do the mission right away and stuff. Like, that's amazing. That it reminds me of like so many things, whether it's old school martial arts or samurai movies, or even like anime based like samurai groups. Like, it's dope. Like, that concept was a great idea to do. Then going into what they really made it for, I think it's gonna be dope fighting enemies that have like supernatural powers. Like, it's gonna push your reflex skills, your strategic skills, and basically your sportsmanship skills, I guess you could say, of how well you and your team work, your team composition. It's gonna just push all of that. You said what?
That's sportsmanship skills?
That's what I said you could say, because I can't really think of the word at the moment.
Oh, well, my bad for shining you out, man. I was saying it because I was just like, with sportsmanship, I think sportsmanship is if you have a blueberry on your team and he don't do his job, then you want to curse him out. Now that's sportsmanship. Like, yo, bro, you were supposed to have my back and you didn't have my back. But if he's doing his thing, I don't think that's sportsmanship.
But no, that's what I was like, you could say, because I couldn't figure out the word, but it's like basically your team composition, like how well you and your team like cooperates with each other, and does your how well you do your roles, like pick for yourselves or pick for each other, whatever how y'all want to run it. Where you be like, all right, somebody go scout, see how many enemies is around, see where they're at. Somebody stays as an archer, and then the other 2 just runs in and just is like cleanup crew of whatever the archer can't get to, stuff like that. It is all how you really play it, but you can't even, wait, what?
No, finish.
No, I was gonna say like you can't play how you originally would play Ghost, because like you said, or well, like I was saying, now the enemies are gonna be supernaturally powered. You don't even know how they're gonna really like react, of where they're gonna have better reflexes of noticing people like close by and stuff like that. How strong they're gonna be, what powers they're gonna have, etc.
Question. I got 2 questions.
Yeah.
Did y'all beat it yet?
Nope. I think Doc beat it.
My attention span got the best.
You guys are killing me. You killing me.
I'm gonna beat it.
Yeah, every game gamer. Yeah, I'm gonna play this and then I'll play.
Yeah, I kind of switch around also too. Like, but I'm gonna beat it. It's just I just haven't done it yet.
I couldn't put the controller down, and then it was at times when I was just like, okay, I'm too far in advance, and my excitement is killing me, and I know I might ruin the game for y'all, so let me just do side missions and search for stuff, and then I got nothing else to do. I did all the side missions, and I got the platinum trophy for it, and I'm just like, oh, the game's over. So, alright, I know y'all all got this far. Y'all both did the duels, the one-on-one.
Yes.
The multiplayer, you think they will incorporate that into that?
I don't know if they will.
Like, will you be fighting as if you're fighting the boss leader, or will they, like, somewhere down the line they'll have you face off on like I don't know if everybody gets a 1v1 or you know, will it be that type of duel, like almost like Demon, because you play For Honor? Will
Yeah.
it be like For Honor, where you're just like, yeah, you meet up with the AI who got super boss powers, and it's just like, okay, so will it be like For Honor fighting style wise, or I don't know. Like that would be
It has to be like For Honor, right? You almost have to make it that way.
It has to be, because with a one-on-one, if you initiate a duel, remember it goes into a little like cutscene. Well, not really a cutscene, but it like changes the flow of everything. The other AI don't attack you while you're doing the duel, so it's like if you initiate a duel and you're doing that with 4 other people on, 3 other people on your team, it's like, what's gonna happen to those other 3 people? Are they gonna just also not be able to move, or are you initiating the duel and then the other 3 people are just gonna go off and do whatever they want to do still?
I don't know. That, like, just the thought of that makes it dope, because that's when the fighting scene gets all cute, sexy, and I start clicking the screenshot button on the PlayStation controller, like click, 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 click. Even the part where he flicks it with his thumb, the sword with the thumb, and I'm just like, oh, screenshot. You got the flowers or the butterflies and the what's that? The fireflies around.
Oh yeah.
Man, let's believe I'm screenshotting that. I'm screenshotting that whole thing. It just looks so good, and that's probably why my PlayStation sounds like a jet engine for anybody comment for it. Yes, because Ghost of Tsushima puts my PlayStation into overdrive.
Definitely. It has to. All that processing speed and the stuff you need for the graphics, the amazing graphics. I'll never not let anybody know about those amazing graphics.
Yeah, so until YouTube or some company pays us to podcast, you will be hearing my jet engine PlayStation 4. Until I get some soundproof and something to dumb it down or something.
They need to make headphones that only picks up voice and not everything else. That's gonna be like some crazy technology if that was ever created. That's like some Tony Stark headsets.
Speaking of Tony Stark headsets, Tony Stark outfits for an adventure. Love
Yes. Fantastical. I love my, what's it called? I think it's called Intergalactic. The pearlescent red into orange. Amazing. And a lot of these outfits, you can, if you read the comics and stuff, you could tell they weren't ever created before. A few were, and a few I think just were created off the top of who the director and producers heads.
Game developer.
Well, game developer, what man? They still have producers and directors. And Doc has returned.
That's perfect. That's perfect. No, but it's so funny how he comes back and he said, "Yeah, I guess you expected that, huh?" Oh, love it.
I'm trying not to kill the podcast with the cinematics.
But
that's how you know. Like you said, we just report on what we know, how we know in our opinion days. They're not gonna know you doing it from the beginning, unless they hear it. So I don't mind. Like I said, they gonna hear my jet engine. They gonna hear your gameplay.
Well, that's the thing, because if they didn't play the game before, they're not gonna know what's going on.
They will eventually. You can't watch our podcast and not pick up the Avengers.
True. Yeah, especially on mine. I'm playing Avengers now. I'm not gonna tell you exactly where I'm at, but you could see what was going on. It's kind of hectic. I keep dying and I don't like it.
Now,
speaking of that, what are we gonna talk about the
Oh yeah, the people that we would the heroes we would love to see them put in the DLCs. How we forgot to add that when we was on the Avengers topic.
yeah, that's all good. Listen, this is not your daddy's podcast. we don't have timestamps in this motherfucker. There ain't no timestamps here. You just pay attention to the whole damn thing.
Indeed, indeed. Well, Couch, who would you like to see? I say top.
Yeah. You started off.
Top 3. Well, we already know from speculation, I think it was, or actual facts. Hawkeye is going to already be in it. Spider-Man, of course, has to be in it. And Hawkeye's daughter is going to be in it. I'm not sure if I'm missing anybody.
We said who you want.
But no, I'm just saying. So, for me, I already mentioned it before the podcast. I said it would be dope if they put War Machine in it. For one, he'll be dope to have in it. Another person to be dope in it. I think Doctor Strange would be dope if they go off, like if they really could perfect Doctor Strange's spells and stuff that he uses. I think it would be dope.
What they'll end up doing is like Iron Man and who else? Hulk.
Make him a range fighter, right?
Yeah, he would be ranged. Yeah. I think he'll probably support.
They'll give him certain abilities. Like, they're not gonna open up all the abilities that he could do, but they'll be like, okay, well, he could do this, he could do that. But we incorporated like this, like almost like Green Lantern and Injustice.
Yeah, because he could do basically anything he puts his mind to.
Exactly. And they gave him his range move, they gave him some melee moves, and then they gave him a nice, decent ultimate.
And I hope it's not like
Damn Transformer.
He was. Oh man, Injustice. Please don't do that to Doctor. Please don't make the suit green.
Oh, dude. But my third character, I say Black Panther. Not even because of what happened, but because T'Challa in general, he's actually a dope superhero. Especially with the help of his sister Shuri, like upgrading the suit, especially like in the movie with that what's it called? With the kinetic energy basically boost, how he can get attacked and then just release the energy back. If they really can like think of everything that that he could do and pick like what's the best things to put for him in the game, I think he'll be a really dope asset to the Avengers team in the game.
Alright. Doc.
They don't put Deadpool in there, I'll be mad.
I'll be mad too, but we already know that's not happening.
Come on, he can be in it. He was always like he had to fake those link his ID. That was hilarious. I mean, we're gonna make that.
That could be a side mission or something.
That's gonna be the thumbnail for this podcast. Because I still saved that picture. But nah, without Deadpool.
Yo, you gotta send it to me so I can post it up.
Alright, I got you. Definitely Black Panther, because I wanted Black Panther from the beginning, which is cool. My second one, like, oh man, there's so many, because Demon can tell you, when he asked me the question, I said everybody. He's like, you gotta pick 5 or 3, and I was like, damn, I want everybody.
Yeah, everybody would be dope, but remember, with everybody, they'll probably have to put like a whole bunch of missions and stuff like that.
I feel like eventually they'll probably get to it.
I think they're gonna just do the starting like probably 10, maybe, like who like really started off Avengers.
Right, but you better hit me with my man Vision. Like,
Alright, definitely.
So you said Vision, Deadpool, and Shala.
And well, no, Deadpool was just a joke.
Yeah.
But I'm torn. My third one is torn. I'm torn because I either want Star Lord or Gamora, and I don't know which one.
Gamora, I think it would be dope. It's like another Black Widow, basically, like agile assassin, basically, just running around with the blades and stuff.
I know, but Star Lord is so dope.
Yeah, but after that little mess up, I kind of don't like him. We already know what we're talking about.
Who's in love?
Like, I'm in love. We all in love with Gamora.
Yeah, come on. Hey. Commercial break. There's only gonna be 2 left. Well, yeah, those are my. I got 2, and then I guess I'll go Gamora just so we can have 3.
So, Black Panther.
Black Panther is a crowd favorite right now.
You can't say who they should put in and not say Black Panther.
Of course, he was a major Avenger. Even though he was mostly in Wakanda, he actually did a lot of help to the Avengers team.
And R.I.P. to Chad.
Definitely R.I.P.
I don't know what route they're gonna go in the movie.
You gotta know. I think Shuri's taking up that mantle.
Everybody's pushing for the sister to take it, but you know, these directors and directives, they got their own agenda sometimes. So we'll see when time comes, but yeah. So
I was like nobody else.
Even before, you know, this bad news of him, we all wanted to see him in the Avengers game. It was a dope suit, dope fighter. He's like mixed martial artist and all that.
He knows. I forgot how many fighting styles they said.
Oh man, and he basically he could do a matrix. He could bounce kinetic energy back off of you.
Exactly.
Yeah, so yeah, I want to see him in it. I do like the sound of Spider-Man because they always put Spider-Man in the Avengers. It's always Spider-Man, Wolverine. But honestly, I kind of want to see some of those, you know, backstory characters that never get the light of the day. So I honestly want to see, I want to see Iron Fist.
Oh, Iron Fist, I think would be dope.
And I want to see the Punisher. I love the Punisher.
One of my favorite heroes. Well, vigilantes, to be more technical.
That's my favorite Marvel character. That dude is just
badass.
Yes. Like, I don't know. It's just something. First off, there's something about that symbol he got. That is dope. That's 1. 2. That man has nothing. The world took everything from him. That man just wants vengeance. He will do whatever he has to do to make things right. If I gotta run around if I can go around the Avengers game after what I just played, run around guns blazing, shooting, and all that, man. I would like to see how they would incorporate the Punisher in the Avengers. How they will tie his story in, and I feel like they kind of slept on him after. Did they ever put him in the Ultimate Alliance?
Yeah, actually, I think they did. I don't think the first one, but the second one, I think they switched out Ghost Rider for him. I'm not fully sure.
And if they did, I understand why, because the movie flopped. I like the first one, but I don't know what happened after that.
Man, there was just, I think, director change, which they should have never did.
But yeah, so yeah, definitely. I would say Iron Fist, Punisher, and Panther. Honorable mention, I would say.
I think it really depends on like what you're fully trying to see. Like, are you trying to see close combat? Are you trying to see ranged? Are you trying to see?
Right now I'm meaning I got Thor. My four Avengers right now would be Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, and Hulk. And I can see myself swapping one of those four out for Punisher. I could take Iron Man, sit Iron Man down, put Punisher in for Iron Man. I could see me taking Captain America and swapping him for Iron Fist or T'Challa. You know. So that's how I look at it. That's why I picked those characters. Like, based off of my fours, that's what I will swap out for. Who's your four characters right now?
My four are Thor, Iron Man, Black Widow, and Captain America. I can't deal with Hulk. Like, he's kind of cool, but I just don't like his tactics, I guess you could say.
And that little intro tutorial that you got through, because you got to the bridge, right?
Yeah, we're done. A-Day has already happened.
Alright, so you got a little hands-on. How you feel about the characters?
Well, since they were all souped up, they were awesome. I'm quite sure when I get to play with them,
So, to be honest, they wasn't souped up. I'm just gonna let you know that they wasn't souped up.
Really weren't.
they weren't souped up.
No, that's the base.
That's the base. That's the base models.
So, Black Widow felt good.
Oh damn!
Wait, hold on.
You kind of cutting out. Technical difficulties.
Testing 926.
I think you're good.
That was good now.
26. Okay.
Gonna mess you up. Yeah, be like, yo, man, you miss a lot of members. No, I was just saying that Hulk and Thor felt good. I like Hulk a little bit better. Tony looked the best. You know, he had a lot of.
Oh, of course.
Black
He always
Widow,
gonna look the best.
She's gonna be tough to get used to playing with her. But like they all felt, you know, I like the combat. It was just like it was nice. Like I said, people nitpick about everything. I'm so used to it. Yeah, I like game. I already make decisions if I'm gonna like the game, I'm like the game because, you know, it is what it is. If it's bad, if I say it's bad, then it's bad. I give a lot of slack to video game series, but this one seems cool so far.
Except for you, Anthem. Step it up.
Man, and even I said it wasn't bad. It's just there was just nothing to do after the story mode.
They need to just throw the whole project away and start over.
I said the same thing. I said, yo, the story is dope. I don't know. I wouldn't say I felt short because, you know, it was something new. They did their own thing. So the story was dope. But like you said, gameplay replay value. After you beat the story and you maxed out your javelin, there was nothing to do. Them little missions that they had you doing, oh man. I just felt like it was just getting too repetitive and I'm doing the same thing and not getting no rewards really out of it. It took us a while to finally get those special events to push our javelins a little higher than what we were given. Still trying to figure out what's the use of that special edition weapon that's still
Nothing.
that we can't upgrade or mod. But other than that, yeah, it was really nuts.
Man.
So, you know, I'm gonna keep playing. Keep playing Avengers.
Why you keep running away? Oh my god.
I guess we're gonna segue from, good segue from Avengers. The reason why I brought it today is because I always told the guys that I'm gonna wait till I get the PS5. I'm gonna get the PS5 at launch, and I even was one of the lucky ones that got the email to contact us to get the PS5. So I had like 105% chance of getting it. And then I looked at the launch lineup, and I was like, I'm going to drop $400 to $500 because we gotta buy a game, so I gotta get $399, right? And then I gotta get at least 1 or 2 games, so that's $500-600. Sorry, that's and if I'm gonna spend that money, I won't. Oh, we edit for this stuff. But yes, I decided to buy it now because I'm not getting it on launch, and this is gonna lead us to our next topic because I really wanted to. And I think I asked you guys yesterday when you guys planned on this, and you guys kind of said the same. I think Dean is.
Yeah, I said somewhere close to drop. Just so I don't gotta really worry about getting it later on, and then too, remember they said it's kind of backwards compatible, so if there's nothing really gonna be dropped, I can always just play what I'm already playing and not have a real problem.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that. I thought the same, and then I remember my 2, 3, and 4. I was always pick the same. And they're always going to be around, So I was like, yeah, I got to get it, or else I'll never get it. Well, it's not like I'm never gonna get it. They're going to run out before me and Couch get one. That'd be crazy.
And I say this every time they do this now. I've noticed a pattern. That first, how we call it, the first quarter, that initial first quarter is usually I call it the testing phase.
Yeah, basically.
They launch all the games, testing what the game can do, how bright, how many colors this game can produce nicely and function, how fast the game is, what the game can do, can it do 3D and all that extra stuff. Like, well, one year they was testing, I remember, I think it was the PlayStation 3. PlayStation 3 was testing its, what they call the axis controls. That's basically when you shake the controller, it interacts with the game itself. So they had games like Lair, where you could fly the dragon by wherever way you was holding the controller. Basically, so if you was aiming the controller up, like if you was fishing in a fishing rod, you yanking it or you flipping it up, the dragon goes up. You flick it down, the dragon goes down. That was the new technology then. So some of the games when it first came out was pushing that. Oh, how can we make all the games show what this PlayStation can do or what the Xbox can do? And then they eventually made, what was that? What do you call that? All the games with the what's that? The bar? I don't want to say sound bar. The bar
the touchpad.
Remember?
Yeah, 3 or 4. Where we at?
I think it was 3. I think it could have been a 4, but I felt like it was 3. You know how the Nintendo Switch had not the Switch, the Wii had the...
You talking about the PlayStation Eye
Yes.
This thing was only useful for when you looked at it and it turned on and let you log in the system.
Yeah, but then they had that. The Xbox had its own version. Like everybody was trying to push where you can dance and move the controls.
Oh yeah, like the Xbox Connect basically.
Yeah, the Connect. Yes,
But that's for the
There you go.
Xbox.
Yeah,
Great job.
and the PlayStation had the Eye. That's
Yeah.
the equivalent.
PlayStation Eye. And the I forgot what it's called. PlayStation Move was the
The Move.
wands.
So now that we like, definitely we went like to third base on this one. We gotta come back to PS5.
No, I was just saying. My broadcast stopped.
I'm still going. You
Yeah, because
good?
in your broadcast was like, damn, dude, what happened?
I'm good. I'm still going. So y'all can continue.
The crew kicked me out because they had an error and gave me the blue screen. Jesus.
Like I said, I'm still good. I'm recorded still. So
Alright, so you're just gonna have to send me after. Yeah, but yeah, so basically that first quarter of gaming is all of that. Basically testing what the systems can do, what new functions they added and
what
stuff
they
like
should
that.
do also in the future.
So like the 4 had the with it now that they got the virtual VRs, they introduced that VRs and stuff like that. So I wonder what they're gonna do with the 5. Cause I didn't honestly. I looked at the lineup. I didn't see anything that's on the lineup that says test.
They'll still do VR, you know. So we gotta. This is gonna be a 7-year lifespan.
You're grounded to your
Maybe
30, yes?
even more. You know, that's what systems are. You know, they
From now
5
on,
to 7
nothing but
years.
school.
So I want folks like us and all you listeners out there, like, don't panic within the first year. You know, saying that neither system, the 5 or the Xbox, oh, it's a crappy system. Because
So proud
give us
of
some
you.
time. You know, there will be
But,
thousands of games made.
let's
You know,
don't tell Ami,
there were
okay?
over 4,000 games made for PS3. I mean, for PS4, there was just about over 1,300 for PS3. So there will be games made. So folks, just have some patience with the systems, let them devs, let them work, let them fix, let them patch, and so if this is the test phase, from November, they're doing their quarter. I don't know how they're going to do their quarter because they're coming out in November.
So quarter is what?
4 months.
Yeah.
January, February, March.
No, since it's 12 months in a year, it will be 3 months. To break it up into a quarter's 4 pieces.
Well, right, so then they can do only. So yes.
But you can't do it by season if you start in the middle of fall.
Yeah, so their quarter's gonna start. I don't know. Yeah, their year is November to November. Then it's gonna be November, December. Okay. And then you did hear that most games are coming out in January. But then I'm on the websites. I hear quarter 2, quarter 4. So I don't know where their quarters start. Is this?
Because
Are they using our calendar or are they using their own launch date calendar? And I would think they would use normal calendar because of just the business aspect of it. You want to do January, February, March.
From cloning to time travel.
But we'll wait. I will wait and see. I have patience. I'm just gonna wait for mine.
not everybody has patience.
Because all the games they're giving out for the PS Plus, which is a good thing, the PS Plus, exclusive. If you have PS Plus, you get like 15, 20 games. It's a lot of games on that list. I have most of them, so I was like, some of them just play them on the forum. They're not doing a lot of upscaling. That's the one thing I've heard. Is not much upscaling coming. It may, the PS4 Pro already kind of runs tries to do 1080p in 60 frames, so I don't know. I'm just gonna wait. That's just me. I know Demon's gonna have it. We just go to his house. You gonna give me your blue PlayStation, right, Demon?
What?
Yeah, I mean, you gonna get the 5.
You didn't need it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you need my blue PlayStation for?
What do you need it for?
If I don't need it, you don't need it.
Yeah, I'm not getting it.
I'm gonna give you mine. And I'll take the blue one. Okay.
No.
You know what? It's okay. We're just gonna go in your house and take it from you.
Yeah, that's what you think, but alright.
That birthday party that we going to?
Just for that,
Everybody, yeah, when everybody goes home, guess.
I'm gonna take the 5 too, just because it's being.
Like disconnected.
What up, bud?
I already got the plugs. I just need the system.
Yo,
See,
for real.
I just gotta watch you guys now. That's all I gotta
You can't watch both of us at the same time.
do, man.
Is it really ambition if you have the
So when you gonna get yours, Demon?
I'm not gonna get it right on the drop, but I'll probably get it the month right after, yeah. Around Christmas time, probably like Black Friday. I doubt they're gonna drop it on Black Friday though.
They definitely will. Black Friday online is gonna be because I think it's gonna range. Remember, Cyber Monday was like a big thing. I'm quite
True.
sure these stores will take advantage. They're gonna start that Friday. They may go a whole week. They'll get all these people, man. They make so much money.
But
I thought I heard that they're not gonna really do the Black Friday this year due to COVID.
Not coming into the store, but they can extend a Black Friday online. You know how much
yeah,
cash
Black
in,
Friday
man, and
online and Cyber Monday.
they'll do
So
curbside pickup. You have a bunch
Friday
of
to
people staying
Monday?
out on the street, but
That's why we got Demon the driver.
yeah,
I'm dead.
Just curbside pickup.
Yeah, so y'all don't get robbed.
yeah.
It's not that we gonna get robbed because nobody's gonna rob us. It's just I don't wanna have to go through having to fight people all the way to the way to the crib. That we don't.
And that's another reason why I'm waiting. I like to get mine when I'm in the store. It's me and the cashier.
But
I just like crowds. I'll get mine like March, April, May, June.
But even if they do drop it,
Especially, yeah, because you don't want to be that guy who walks out the store and they be like, yeah, that's the last one. That's the last one.
oh really? Be like, oh,
And I say this all the time. I have the worst luck in the world. So knowing my luck, I'll be either the one to either not get it because they'd be like, yeah, we ran out, or I'll be the one that got it and they be like, yeah, that's the last one, and I got a whole bunch of people just looking at me funny.
man, especially it being the PS5. You know, there's gonna be some problems. It's gonna be like people fighting over Jordans.
Oh man.
They're gonna treat me like SpongeBob character. What we tell you about that old man?
Oh, and then it's COVID, so like.
You already know
that's gonna-
temperature rising with people's anger because they can't do nothing.
No, it's the fact that you won't. Somebody rob you, you're not even gonna know who robbed you because everybody got a mask on.
Oh shoot, man!
True. But yeah,
It could be your best friend. Like, yo, you got the last PlayStation 5? Well, he ain't gonna know who robbed him. And then he gonna call you and be like, yo, I heard they was robbing people over there. You like, yeah, somebody robbed me and took my PlayStation 5. What? Yo, hey, nobody was robbing me.
but if I do, I'll get it around that time, especially if they drop the price, and then too, once they do that, they'll drop the prices also on the games if they do that for Black Friday.
I think one thing they won't do, because those consoles are very, very cheap. They're not gonna drop the price. They might give you guys bundles during the holidays, but I don't know how much cheaper you can go than $3.99. Like that's a steal. That's a flat out steal. And even $4.99 is not that expensive.
Especially what you about to get for that.
Yeah,
and
man.
then you can mod it and all that extra stuff. Oh man.
So they'll probably just, they'll throw you like 2 games, and then if they make each game it's $45 instead of 70, so then now you got $90 extra, 3.99. At $90, so it's like five something for 2 games. You're like, oh, this is perfect. This is steal.
You know what? Now you know what? It's starting to make more sense now. Why Spider-Man is an 8-hour game being dropped early, because Black Friday, you lower the price of that, or you actually getting what the game is probably worth.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I wonder.
Versus if you drop a whole bunch of good games and now you got to get a whole bunch of games at a discount. So you know what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, that, and like I keep telling you, you took Spider-Man off the lineup, and there is literally no reason to buy a PlayStation 5 at launch.
Man.
No, and it's funny how you
want
say
to play
that.
Astro's Playland.
And then it's so funny you say that, because before you hit me with the news that this Miles Morales is going to be a shorter game than the Spider-Man 1 game, I was looking at it like, oh, that's dope. I'm going to get the PlayStation 5. I'm going to get the Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now that you're telling me that, I'm sitting there like, it would be me to go get the PlayStation 5 and beat that game in one day, and I get mad. I got a platinum trophy on my first PlayStation 5 game, and now I got nothing else to do because I spent all this money on Miles Morales and his PlayStation 5. And in reality, I can probably purchase a couple more games on my PlayStation 4 until they drop some more good stuff on the PlayStation 5.
Oh, this is gonna be so much. There's an underrated game I told you that's coming out.
The Astronauts?
No, that's 2022.
Oh, wow. I keep forgetting how far away it is.
But I was always a Test Drive Unlimited fan. And that out's coming out for PS5. That's future date. So
Did they drop the date for that?
no, it's just on the list as
TBA.
yeah. It's just on the list.
Who knows? This might be the comeback for the Test Drive to, go from being underrated and in the shadows to probably the next best thing.
Oh, especially like with racing games nowadays, man.
Oh, man.
If they can come up. If they could come up, that'd be real good for PS5. Like I said, they got a 7-year span with all this power, man. All this power. I want to see these developers. I want to see y'all take your creative juices, man, and
speaking of racing games, like I would love to see them do the Blur. The Blur was okay game.
Split second.
They should bring.
I remember Blur.
Blur was nice. It had a nice graphics, and it was racing. I don't recall it had nitros unless you hit the boosters.
I think yeah.
But even with that, they had the city cars, and then they had the off-road cars. Then you had the little pop-up items.
So it was like crew before the crew with items.
No, because you can't really do what you could do in Blur that you could do, because Blur was like the in-between of crew and Twisted Metal. Because Twisted Metal, you got all types of gadgets. Blur only had a few gadgets, but their cars looked like Need for Speed cars, Gran Turismo cars. And the crew cars look pretty, but there's no items.
Hmm.
The blur had missiles. It had the mines, but you had to hit the
Oh yeah, the little pop-up circles while
Yeah.
racing, almost like Mario Kart.
It had the shield, the missiles, the mines that I know, the health, and the wrench.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, it was just so dope. That was a nice, thought out game, and I'm surprised it just went out. And
So, yeah, hopefully that'll be another one that comes back for the 5. So,
that they need to, somebody has to work on some, like a game to that style. I know this is wishful thinking. I want Evolve 2.
didn't that company like go out of business?
No. What was it? Turtle Rock Studios?
So why did they? Oh, they scrapped it just because.
Yes, they scrapped it. They scrapped it because I guess they was getting backlash from it, but once again, this is probably YouTubers who probably either got paid to or was just bashing them. And I understand you was angry about the launch, but the launch is over. The game is out. Several months later, the game is out. The game is a nice game. The game was different. I would rather play Evolve than playing Friday the 13th. And I'm not saying Friday the 13th is bad. It's just it's in the same field as Evolve when it comes to 4v1. A group of players versus one boss.
So we hope that. All right. So at least you hope that comes back for PlayStation 5.
Yes. I would like to see that. What's another game that came out on a 4 that I would love to see, or that I would love to see?
Well, I don't have much nostalgia for games on the 4. Like,
yes, you do. You want to see Wet or Bayonetta.
Dude, Wet was PS3, dude.
Even so,
like I would have went for PS4, so I'm not gonna wait for PS5 until I never got it. So I just play it on PS3. But Bayonetta, I play on my PC, which is perfectly fine. But like, if they put a new one, Bayonetta has a contract with Nintendo. She's probably never coming back to PlayStation. But yeah, I was like, to see something old. That's why I didn't get. And I told you this, and I think I told you this yesterday. I was like, people complain about backwards compatibility. Like, if you really want to play a PS3 game, just buy you a damn PS3 and just stop complaining. You know? And with me, it's just like, that's why I say I don't have nostalgia. Like, you're going to make a new game, just make me a real good one. I want another, I want new games. I want another Need for Speed. I want another Ghost Recon. I want another, much as I complain, I want another Division. So, I want those new games to come out, but, like, I'm not saying, like, yeah, I want this to come back out. Because most of the games that I want to come out, like, are going to come out anyway. Drake and Tomb Raider, and they're going to make new versions of it. So that's just me.
Yeah. What
I'm not saying something that died and I want to come back.
No. And my thing is some of the games and some of the games that I want to see, I don't. Yes, some of them died. But then there's some that I just feel like they're not working on it, or they're not gonna do. Like Dragon Age, I have a feeling they may or may not do it, and I felt they worked on something else that dropped.
BioWare is a little busy right now. They got their hands full.
What are they working on, or what did they drop?
They're working on Anthem next, man.
Oh, oh,
That's the Anthem. That's the Anthem people. They're a little bit busy right now.
yeah, never mind. Never mind. They need all the time they need on that. I can wait. I can wait for Dragon Age. I can wait. I could definitely. I would love a Dragon Age on the PlayStation 5, but not at the expense of them giving me another
Anthem.
half Anthem 2.0 that they want to charge $70 for. Nah.
Yeah. So.
And they not getting me on the special edition this time either.
Ooh, Lord.
Yeah, that special edition, then. That special edition. Oh. But yeah, then I get me on the PlayStation. I mean the special edition. Only Ubisoft right now is safe.
Ubisoft will always be safe, I think.
Huh?
I think.
Well, they be safe for us, but you don't want to work for them.
Yeah, that's.
I can work for them. I'm not a female.
Yeah, that's the bad. That's the only bad thing about them.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So, Demon, you had some games you wanted to. You looking forward to?
Looking forward to on the 5, of course, that Spider-Man. Assassin's Creed is already going to be most likely on the 4, but I'm gonna play it on the 5.
you gonna get it up for the 4, or you gonna wait for the 5?
For Assassin's Creed, I'm gonna get it on the 5.
So you're not even gonna bother getting it for the 4?
No, I'm gonna consider it as the a 5 release. So that's one. I keep forgetting that game Doc, the astronaut one that we both like.
Pragmata?
Yes. I'm looking forward to that. Even though it's not a release or in 2021.
Your baby's gonna be in college.
Aloy, New Horizon.
Oh yeah, Horizon Part 2. Then
Your New Horizon is my project of the year. Oh, I can't wait for that.
what else? Cyberpunk 2077.
I don't know. I'm starting to have mixed feelings about that now. I don't know why. No, and it's so funny because like I feel like it may be the watchdog of the PlayStation 5. I don't know why.
I hope not.
I'm just getting that vibe from it, and it's weird. I don't know why.
How can we help?
It's some about somebody pushing a game back, and they keep pushing it back, and then you're still hyping it up.
I got mixed feelings on the pushback because I don't mind a pushback because you know who's notorious for that?
Rockstar.
Grand Theft Auto. And their excuse was always, even with Red Dead, it's like, we don't want to put out
Unfinished product.
Yep.
And look what happened now that they pushed it back so much. It's one of the most popular games out now, and then they're still putting stuff out for it. Like,
I will always wait. I will always have patience.
But that's because
Don't serve me crap.
Man.
Don't madden me.
Man, if it's a pushback and it's crap, there's something wrong.
Right, exactly.
But that's because now the new thing is, and I'm seeing this trending a lot now in games, and I'm loving it. Some of the creators are realizing, instead of making the new game of the year, let's make the new game that lasts several years.
So, with that being said, why you don't feel that way? So, what's your thing with Cyberpunk? Because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to say, okay, we're just gonna be patient.
No, I have no problem with Cyberpunk. I have a feeling it's going to be Watch Dogs. The same thing that happened with Watch Dogs. They overhyped it, and then you played it, and then it's just like, I don't know. I feel like it's not the same that you advertise. And I don't know. Maybe it's all those games that are now the games that they're. I don't want to say forcing down our throats, but you're too much media advertising and stuff like that. I'm a little a little sign that's now starting to flicker at me now. That's saying, you know, wait a minute. Don't pre-order. Just wait a few days for.
I would always say wait. You know, I'm not a pre-order type dude. I don't want nobody to pre-order. It's like signing a contract you can't get out of. So always wait for sure. But I'm gonna give them benefit of the doubt. It looks good. Has a great idea. It's different. You know, I love different.
But then you got, all right. How I'm feeling about it is like, okay, Ubisoft for the most part, 99% of the games that they drop, I can pre-order and I don't have to worry.
You know, I love Ubisoft, but man, they have a lot. They work hard, but a lot of the games have a lot of issues.
Yeah. But they eventually work on it. But for the most part, I can never say, "Oh, I hated this game."
No, and then right, but that's
like I felt like I got my money's worth for every game that I paid for.
We can take over that base and reclaim.
And like I said, they last. Now, like Ubisoft are besides Assassin's Creed because they're so low.
I was about to say, well, which one do you? But see, you only play still today For Honor.
No,
Rainbow Six Siege, For Honor.
I play Six Siege too. I don't play it by myself.
But I mean, are you? What I mean by that? Because I'm going by like your playtime. Because I know your playtime. Your playtime's For Honor. Your playtime's not Siege. Because we don't get online every day, and I'm like, "What you doing? You playing Siege?" So I can't say you play Siege all the time.
No. And like I said, I would definitely. I think I still got it on my PlayStation 5. I mean 4.
I was going to say, you got the 5 already? You got that early drop or something?
No.
I know where you live.
You do For Honor. You don't
I can play For Honor by myself. I can play The Crew 2 by myself. So those Ubisoft I can play.
Right, those two.
Rainbow Six, I hate blueberries. That's the reason why I stopped playing. Demon don't be on, so if he don't be on, I don't play.
Don't blame me.
If he will be on, I'm blaming you. All the way. if you get on, if you or Doc or Kick a Boom.
If you need that, because as much as like Division angered me most of the time, I still played it without you guys. When you guys got on, I was like, hey, here you guys go.
See,
awesome, let's roll.
But you can play that by yourself. Rainbow Six, I can't play. To me, it's almost like Call of Duty now. Call of Duty, when it first came out, I could play myself. Rainbow Six, I can play by myself. But now you just got too many people who, one, think this is a solo game and not a team game. It's almost like playing basketball and you think that you're LeBron and the rest of the team is just supposed to match the ball. That's how they play, and I can't play like that. Cover each other's back. I help you. That's just a team. It's a team game. There's no I in the team, and that's how people are playing it. And that's why I say I can't do it. For Honor, I can do that for the most part. Yes, it's a little bit harder to do. Playing it by myself, not saying playing by myself, but I can carry the team in For Honor. I can't carry the team in Rainbow Six.
It's way harder. It's more strategic.
Right.
Exactly. So I don't want to sit there and play a whole game and lose every match because I can't carry my team.
Go on ahead. See if you can locate our
because we don't have chemistry.
But you also gotta think there's more than just that for Ubisoft.
Approaching position.
You also got Far Cry. That's one.
Because I beat it.
Sad to say, Watch Dogs.
Right. Which he doesn't play. None of us play that.
Yeah.
I should play it.
Exactly. Why?
It is.
Otherwise I would play it, and that's like how this next one's coming out. It looks nice, but I don't know. I'm kind of that one. I'm kind of skeptic too.
Yeah.
That's probably the only game that I've seen that's being released by Ubisoft that I'm not gonna pre-order and I'm not gonna rush to get. But for everything else,
I think there's just so many. Like, I heard something.
Several AIM
This
units
was
are guarding the
before
area.
Mr.
They're
Ubisoft.
transferring fuel to a nearby Quinjet.
He was like that. All their games
You know what to
were
do.
almost the same.
Oh god.
There's a chest with
And he was
keys
like, if you realize, you look back at most of the games, you know, the Assassin's Creed series.
That's another
I guess-
Ubisoft.
Yeah, they went from, they're trying to get different, but how much can you go? So now nobody's really assassins no more. Now you're Vikings.
Yeah, cause that's what they did. They did assassin to pirate to Native American in the what was that, like the Civil War era?
Right.
Back to assassin, then to what is that? Gladiator kind of.
they're all assassins, but they're assassins of different religions and races and factions.
Yeah, because
Right,
you
but
got.
you're not sneaking around no more.
Oh
Yeah, you
are.
can. Yeah, they still give you the option
you
to sneak
definitely-
around and assassinate from above and all that. They even teach you. There's always that one person in the game that's like, oh, you have to be more stealthy and stuff like that to get things done.
Alright.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's still Assassin's. It's just the story is getting deeper, so now it's just like, okay, you're going back in the future in this
Back in the
day
past.
and age, and in this day and age, what did that Assassin's look like?
But you also got to think about it because now it's going forward in time. It's not just like going even further back. It's still going forward. Even though they're going back in the past, it started all the way from I forgot what century it started in, but in Italy. Then it went to I think England. Then or was it somewhere with pirates? I don't even know what to consider it. But then it was Egypt.
After Christopher Columbus, that was basically what that was.
Yeah, that. Then it was Egypt with Origins, and then it was I believe Rome / Greece with Odyssey. And then now with Vikings is like Norway area basically, Norwegian, Iceland, stuff like that.
Holla.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you in like Couch said, with the different religions, remember they believed in different gods also.
Now with the game, so my point was after you beat it, are you still replaying it? That's
You can keep playing it, but it's mostly for side missions and discovering like the tombs and stuff like that. It's not there's no story to it anymore.
And see that's where I'm trying to get to when I say like how you find joy in replaying For Honor, I find joy in just dabbling in every damn game, but replaying certain games, and that's why I was trying to narrow your list down, because I know, like when you was like, Ubisoft gets a pass, I was like, man, I play a lot of Ubisoft games, and if I had to get into their damn Ghost Recon Breakpoint and their damn Division and their Far Cry series, which it always comes out with super hype, and then it's just like
AIM is retreating to the main structure.
Far Cry is their version of Grand Theft Auto.
yeah, But it,
Yeah,
but it always
fuck it,
comes out
man.
like, this is gonna be awesome, and
Gather
then
the
it
more
just,
valuable shield assets
always
that are
just
found
like,
nearby.
oh, well, it could have been
Nice of
better.
them. Let's work
And,
for
and to
us.
be honest, Wildlands was Far Cry.
Kinda. Just more, I guess you could say, civil, professional, since it's military.
Yeah.
If you take Rainbow Six, and then you take Far Cry, and you mix them
Far
together,
Cry with
they have a
which
baby.
one? Far Cry.
You take any
All
Far Cry, if you take the way the Far Cry is made, because like I said, Far Cry is like a Grand Theft Auto. So you figure you take that element of Far Cry, and then you mix that with Rainbow Six, you get
And then you throw that dreaded FPS on it.
you get Wildlands.
And yeah, well, I ain't playing no first person. I tried Far Cry. I was like, this is just.
Well, that's the thing. Can't you change the screen orientation in Far Cry, or it's always first person?
It's mainly always first. Unfortunately.
I was trying to say Far Cry, but they can't even save themselves.
No, some people like it. I just, it gets, you know, for a series that's up to number 6, you know.
True.
I just like, man,
It, from the trailer, it looks kind of crazy. Like it's now looks like a little rebellion going on.
right.
So it's kind of interesting. I don't know if I'm
it-
ever
it-
gonna get it.
It hovers in the middle, which is pretty cool, you know. It's not terrible. I wouldn't call it terrible.
Oh, of course. They were actually, like I said, they're actually pretty interesting. It's just I wouldn't sit there and be like, oh yeah, I'm definitely getting this game.
Yeah,
I
that's how
I might get it, but I'm just not like top priority. I'm getting that Far Cry.
Far Cry series. You know what I'm saying? Sure.
Like, yeah. If it's on sale, then yeah. Like I said, 6 with the graphics and stuff looks great.
If I'm in a drought and I'm not getting any, there's no big games coming out. Okay, let's see, what do we got on our options? Oh, Far Cry. They got a new one. Pick up, play. Yeah. But that's because we already know what it is. Or what I'm gonna get. I'm not doing that with. And this is where we came to this conclusion with, I don't know about, what's the new robot game, Cyberpunk, yeah. Cyberpunk and Watch Dogs, I don't know, for some reason I'm putting them in the same boat. I hope they prove me wrong. You know, I hope I hear better reviews and I see with my eyes gameplay that proves me otherwise, but I don't know. Games that get overhyped. Some tells me
Look out for any stragglers.
no.
Thank you, Avengers. With this, we
Fall
stand a
back.
fighting chance finally. We're back, Fury.
Well, yeah, definitely wait.
Cause look at what happened with Death Stranded. They overhyped that game and that did worse than Watch Dogs.
I don't know. I didn't play. I didn't really fully watch gameplay on it, but from what I've seen,
they threw it down our throats. Oh, Death Stranded this, Death Stranded that.
it was really because it was from Koshima, the maker of Metal Gear, and Metal Gear was very successful. So everybody's like, oh, since it's from him,
I'll be in touch.
this got to be great too.
Job well done.
So that's what I really think it was. Really was. I don't really think it was like too overhyped. I think it was really just because of that name alone.
No,
Wasn't
it
it one of those
definitely
games
was
where it said that it just, you know, they said it wasn't for everybody, and you know, I want to go back to how we supposed to do our podcast.